Good morning, students. Today we are going to talk about the production of cement. And when we are talking about the manufacture of cement, we have two methods. We have two methods of cement production. That is wet process. We have wet process and dry process. Dry process of manufacturing or production of cement. But in these two cases, there are several steps that has to be followed. So we start with wet process, and there are 4 steps. And the first step is a correction of raw materials. Correction of raw materials. The raw materials for the wet process or production of the cement are 3. One of them is the limestone. The other one is a clay stroke shell, and the last one is gypsum. Those are the raw materials for the production of the cement. So after the production of the raw materials, we go to the second step, and the second step involves crushing, grinding, and mixing. So, what are we crushing and what are we grinding? We crush the limestone. We crush the limestone, and we grind the clay, and then we mix them. But before we mix them, we add some water. So after crushing the limestone, you add the water. You add some water, and also you add water here, and whatever you get here, you mix them to get what we call the slurry. You mix them to get what we call the slurry. For this slurry to be in good position or in a good state, it has to be stirred. And that is done with the help of our compressor. That keeps studying it, and then before you get to the other step, the composition of this is checked. Composition is checked and adjusted. And once it is found to be correct, then we go to the third step. For the third step, we call it burning. Or calcination. For this one, the reason why we are talking about the calcination is because of the presence of lime. What happens here is that when you get, by the time you get here, you come down here with the sludge. So what are you burning? You are burning the sludge. You are burning whatever we are burning here is what we are referring to as sludge. And when you burn the sludge, you do it from the top of the rotary kilns. So the slurry is introduced, at the top of the rotary kilns where the temperatures are a bit lower. As the rotary kilns keep on rotating, and as they rotate, the slurry moves towards the bottom of the kiln. So and as it moves towards the bottom of the kiln, it encounters very high temperatures. So by the time it reaches or hits the bottom of the rotary kiln, it has already fused due to the high temperatures that it has encountered, and it fuses to be what we call the balls. It fuses to be what we call or refer to as balls, as the balls. It fuses. So it fuses to be balls. So by the time we are reaching the third step, we no longer have something that is liquid, but instead we have what we call the ball. These balls are known as cement balls or clinker. And it is the clinkers that now give us the cement. So after the banding, we go to the last step, which we call, that is the step number 4, which we call grinding of the clinker. Grinding of the clinker. And where do we do that? We do that in what we call the mills. And during the process of grinding, we add 3 to 5% of gypsum. And the reason why we use the gypsum, or why we introduce the gypsum, is to prevent the setting of the cement. So after this step, what we end up with is what we call the Potrad cement. And when we mean the Potrad cement, we refer to the common cement, common gray cement, common gray cement. And after grinding, it can now be stored in silos. It can now be stored in silos ready for packaging and then and dispatching. The reason why we refer to this as a Potrad cement is because it acts as a base or the initial materials for the other types of cement. So those are the 4 steps that we have for the wet process. And the reason why it is commonly referred to as the wet process is because we are adding some water at a point. So I am going to provide a flowchart diagram for the production of the wet process. Now the second method, we shall discuss it in the next lesson, and that is the dry process.